Did you?
Yeah, because I had to remember that I'm gonna
And
go live, so I
I'm
pledged.
going to pause it on, or I mean, mute it on the other channel here in a second because
Yeah.
it's going to show up. Oh, and I already did. Perfect.
Yay! We are live.
It takes usually a couple of minutes for people to start rolling in. I see that
Yeah.
there's 3 people, but I'm not seeing any
Oh,
comments or anything yet. So,
hello.
hi guys.
This is a
How do you
little
pronounce
bit.
your name, honey? Is it Alvia?
Yes, Alvia.
Alvia, beautiful name. So
Thank
we're
you.
here today with Alvia of Inspiring Alien Creations. Hi, Glenna.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Johnny. They're starting to roll in now. Are you
Yeah.
able to see the comments now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Okay, good. Good, good, good. So we'll give it about a minute and then I'll start asking the questions. Because I have
Yeah.
a feeling this is going to be a jam-packed interview.
Oh, yes.
So, so how are you guys doing today, by the way? And something I forgot to tell you also, I'm going to end up, after I ask the question, I'm just going to minus myself down so that,
Okay.
you pretty much take the stage. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Especially because, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos, but Sully, he's a big mouth, my dog. He
Yeah.
likes to kind of take over. So,
Yeah.
hi, Amber. How you doing, honey? Oh, you're at work. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Happy New Year, sweetie. All right. So you know what? People can catch up later. We'll just go ahead and get started because this is going to be a big interview, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, first things first, why did you name your channel what you named it?
It was basically a decision from kind of like a business standpoint because my first channel that already existed before this, it was just Inspiring Alien. And then I actually started my business. I named my business Inspiring Alien Creations, and that's why my channel name is Inspiring Alien Creations.
Okay. And that kind of leads us into the second question, like how long have you been on YouTube? I know you did have a previous channel before this one, right?
Yeah. So I had that one starting from 2012, and then I started this channel 2018 at the end of the year, I think.
Okay. So quite a while.
Yeah.
So what is the direction that you envision for your channel going forward?
Um, Direction. That's quite a broad question, actually. So I think, I mean, yeah, I do like to put out astrology and tarot content, so that's definitely my main focus. And I definitely want to educate people, but I also, like, I always want to have fun when I make videos, so that's kind of the direction. But like, yeah, I don't really know how else to answer that question.
That's perfectly fine. That answers it. I wanted to say hi to Angel and hi, Sonia. And yes, that's Sully you can hear in the background, of course. So, how would you label your spiritual path?
My spiritual path is like a pantheist, animist type of pagan and a starseed, a space witch. That's kind of how I would describe myself spiritually.
Okay. For those people that maybe do not know what a star seed is, can you explain a little bit of what a star seed is?
It basically means that your soul has origins from other places than Earth. So extraterrestrial souls, basically, and incarnations. Like incarnation and past lives is quite a big theme there.
So do you know, well, and I know this is kind of off topic, but I think it's kind of going to pertain to probably some of your spiritual inspiration going forward with your tarot deck.
Yeah.
Do you know where your origins were? I mean, have you figured that out?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know at least of some of them. I know that I had like many, many lifetimes. So some of them are places like Andromeda, Orion, Atlantis, Lemuria, Lyra. Like I have had many starseed lives in many places. So there's just a few of them, but the ones that I know the most of, the ones that I really connect the most with are Lyra, Andromeda, and Atlantis and Lemuria.
That is friggin' awesome. That is
Yeah, it
excellent.
is. And it's so weird, but I love it because it's so weird.
That kind of stuff is right up my alley, seriously. Right up my alley. So, do you use divination? If so, what types of divination do you use?
I use many kinds, mostly tarot, and like I guess you could say astrology is kind of like divination, but I use it in so many ways that it's not just divination to me. Mm, and then like I kind of think same goes for tarot as well. Then and then I also use runes occasionally, but I'd say that's the mostly tarot and astrology.
Okay.
And yeah, that was my mom just coming in. I don't know what the heck she was coming here, but I'm just like, okay, go away.
Probably wondering who you're talking to, right?
No, not really. They don't wonder that at all.
Oh,
I talk
oh,
so often to many people,
oh,
so.
oh, gotcha. Hi, Emma. Good to see you, honey.
Hi,
So,
everyone.
so, do you have a website?
Yes, I do, but it's like I need to update it, so I don't really know if I wanna direct people to it.
Well, I kind of already did that. If you guys look down below in the description of this video, I've got your Instagram, I've got your
Yeah,
Facebook page. I believe your website is on there, and also where people can purchase your tarot deck.
yeah,
Um, and there's a few things down there. Let's see.
yeah. I have a few different ones, and yeah, that's
Also,
the
your podcast and your
yeah,
Patreon as well.
yeah. So the link that links to my deck, that is actually that's the one. Yeah, that's my shop actually. I think that's my shop link, just to my shop. I'm just gonna check that it's that one.
And let me do this really quick. Which this is probably now where we can start talking about this. Let me put it in chat really quick.
Yeah, because yeah, I saw that linked to the deck, but I'm not sure if you're gonna able to see it because like I was supposed to hide that listing for the time of the campaign. So
Oh,
uh,
okay. So sorry about that.
yeah,
I
it's
can
okay
change
though.
that afterwards. I can change it
Yeah,
afterwards. But
yeah,
and I will put this link particularly down there. I'll just switch them out. But
yeah,
in the chat, I just put for the IndieGoGo,
yeah.
and it is your campaign for your deck. So if you want to elaborate on that a little bit and tell people about it and show your deck if you'd like, now would be the
Yes,
time for that. Okay. And I'm
yeah,
just going to minus myself down.
yeah. I'm gonna do that. So basically, I have my deck, and I have the Indiegogo campaign for it. And it's on IndieGoGo because I want to show this deck to the world. Like I wanted to really really get its wings, basically, because it hasn't really been out there that much. Because yeah, I think mostly exposure, because yeah, it's not that simple when you're just one person, when you're not coming from a rich family, or like uh work full time, or even able to work full time in a usual muggle job. uh I've kind of had a lot of financial struggles, to be honest, so I haven't really been able to promote it as much as I wanted to, like other than my own channel and my own resources. So that's kind of been one of those issues that has kind of prevented me from sharing it more. But other than that, I'm like doing all that I can to share it. And the thing with the IndieGoGo is that the purpose of it is to make it more affordable for people, and more accessible. So so that more people can enjoy this beautiful deck, because it is freaking beautiful. Even though I created it, but I'm just like, I'm proud of it, and I like my deck. So why should I not be able to say nice things about it? um, and yeah, I just wanted to actually make the IndieGoGo just to help more people have it in their hands and not having to pay that much, because then again, my work that I do for the collector's editions, it is all that handmade work right there. So um, that does take a lot of time and effort. So that's why I asked the price that I asked for the collector's editions, and there's also only 100 copies of it. So that also gives it a lot of value. And I did talk a little bit more about this like price thing on the campaign video. So if you really want the whole story, you can go and look at that video. And I also have like all of the other videos there that I made about this deck. So then you can go and see
I
everything.
was just going to say really quick, IndieGoGo is like a version. Is it like a website that's mainly like in Finland, or?
It's all over the world, actually. But it's
Okay.
just the only one that we have available here in Finland, because Finland is too freaking fussy about taxes. Like, I don't know what it is about the government just wanting taxes out of everyone. I
Yeah.
mean, okay, like I get it, but then again, it gets to the point where they start to police it in so much that they like almost punish everyone who isn't even that rich. And yeah,
So IndieGoGo is very much similar to like Kickstarter, which more people might be more familiar with.
yeah, it
They
is.
can
It
go on
is.
there and help fund independent creators in order to bring
Yeah,
creations into. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
it's almost the same, but it's just different name, a little bit different layout, I think. And yeah, the fact that I can use it here in Finland, because yeah, like it's so weird because we don't have GoFundMe either. So like people on the internet cannot like get a couple of $100 for their emergencies, and I think it's kind of ridiculous that we don't have it.
And this particular deck, it's called Inspiring Alien Deck or Tarot.
Tarot, Inspiring Alien Tarot.
Okay. And what we're seeing here on these images is like your depictions of like different aliens, or is it like one alien race, or
There's many
and
different
explain that?
aliens.
Okay.
I'm just trying my best to have them on the screen because it's kind of like a little bit of a delay now that I'm seeing it on the live chat or the live stream, and yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm also trying to keep them all the right side up so that they're not like upside down.
Plus, you know what? Maybe this will be easier. There we go. Because with this being a different type of deck, I just want to explain to people like what your inspiration behind this particular deck is. Because when we're looking at the pictures, we're like, wow, that's definitely not your traditional tarot deck.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating. And so it came from, is it contact that you've had with aliens? Or
it's just my brain, honestly. My brain, like how I imagined them, and then like some random ideas and thoughts about aliens, like what they could look like, and like it's very random inspiration, but then also it's like this is my inner world, this is kind of where I live, to be honest.
Okay. So I urge everyone. So yeah, it is very much Glennis, very much like a Kickstarter, but because she's in Finland, they are not so because of tax laws and stuff like that, they're not so good with, working. They don't want their creators to use Kickstarter. So IndieGoGo is something
like
that
I
you can
don't
use.
understand why and like what's the difference really, but like that's just what I had available for me, so I went to IndieGoGo. But there's really not that much difference otherwise.
Okay. Hi, Lori and Renee and Brooke. Good to see you guys. All right. So let's just move on to the next question. Oh, I'm looking for the questions over here, but they're not over here.
Hi, everyone.
So, do you know what your tarot birth cards are?
My birth cards? Oh, yes, I do. They are the Moon and the Hermit. Maybe I should show them from this deck. Like I've been just flipping through this. Let me find my birth cards. And then there's the whole line of astrological cards that correspond with my chart, but like that's a whole another thing. So my sun sign card, the Lovers, I'm a Gemini sun. That one just was there.
Can you bring it up a little bit, honey, so that we can see the whole thing?
Can you see it properly?
Not all the way down. You got to bring it up. There we go. Or back a little bit so we can see the whole thing because of your, let me see if I can remove the banners.
And also because this.
Yeah, see, now I can see it.
Yeah, maybe I should just hold them closer to my face. Maybe that way you can see a little bit better. But yeah, let me find then my bird cards, Hermit and the Moon. Let's find them.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to eventually get this deck too, just because it's got alien stuff in it. Yeah. Seriously.
So this is the Moon. Cool. I also used a few different techniques, but the thing is, every single one of these cards does have some watercolor in them. I'm gonna try to see if you can kind of catch a little bit more detail if I show it a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just. But yeah, so this one has more etching and also watercolor. It's just the watercolor is in each of the cards. And yeah.
Is that a spaceship?
Yeah. Okay. There's like a little UFO and then there's this little alien guy.
Like on the surface of the moon?
The moon is right here on the
I didn't know if it was like a collage kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean
That's just out in
it's
space.
yeah, this is just like because the lighting is what it is, and also my laptop screen is shining on this, so this is maybe not the best way to show this card. But when I show the Hermit, maybe that's the one that you're gonna be able to see a little bit better. But it's not as dark as it shows up here. It's just that
Wow.
my
Wow,
lighting
that
right
is
here,
really cool.
yeah, my lighting here in this room is what it is. So we're just gonna have to bear with it.
Yeah,
And I do
that is
like my
really
Hermit
cool.
card. Hermit. That's another one of my birth cards. Number 9.
So that's also your life path number? Is
Yeah,
9?
369.
Yeah. Wow. So, let's see. So your sun sign you said was Gemini? Did you say
Yes,
Gemini?
yes.
Okay. And so what is your current favorite tarot card then? Do you have one out of your deck there that's your favorite?
That's a good question. I mean, I have many favorites in my own deck, and I think my favorite right now. I'm really not sure. I don't think I have one right now,
Okay.
but I can show a couple of, or like, yeah, I'm gonna show the Sun card just because this was one of the first cards that I created, and it's it's a beauty. I love it. There's like this little alien Buddha uh, thing, and he's holding a sunflower. It's like a sunshiny card. And I don't know, like the sun card has almost always been one of my favorites. So I think it's a good one to show here.
I love the coloring that you used for that.
Yeah,
That's
and it's even
really pretty.
brighter in person. Like when you see it, and even when you see it in pictures, it's like super bright. And like I do like my aces as well, like all of my ace cards.
Ooh,
This is the Ace
amazing.
of Planets or the Pentacles. And this one is
Yeah,
also
okay.
it's also a
I-
bit dark, so yeah, I'm not sure how well you're gonna see it on the screen now, but I do
So I was
like
going to ask, you
those.
just said that the pentacles is planets. What
Yeah.
are all 4 of your suits with that then? With that
Then I
deck?
was gonna show you my other favorites. So these are from the Cups suit. So they are pods. So they're like these pods that have the alien creatures in them. So yeah, these would also be some of my favorite cards. 9 of Pods and the Ace of Pods. And especially with this ace, I was thinking about how water is kind of the symbol of life, because we need water to like create all kinds of living organisms and all that. So that was the main inspiration behind the pod suit in general, like why they are pods as cups. And then there's a little alien in this little pod here. And like this one is also so much more beautiful in person and as a picture and stuff. So if you get around to seeing my videos, you can see them in their full glory. This like, yeah, the lighting is what it is, but yeah, you can kind of get an idea. And then also I love my high priestess. I'm just gonna, because it happened to be there, so I'm gonna show it. I think I kind of flipped it in the beginning of of the flip through that I did. But yeah, again, one of my absolute favorites. It's like this granny alien that's reflecting on the crystal ball. Three-eyed granny alien. This is the kind of things that go in my mind. It's kind of funny to talk about it because it's like the normal people are like, what the heck? And yeah, then the other suits. So I have lasers for the wands. Burning lasers. And the court cards are just the same as your usual king, queen, knight, and page. And some of them are more androgynous, some of them are a little bit more like traditional, I guess. But these are aliens, so gender really doesn't matter here. And the stars are my swords. And in my deck, I correspond the swords to air and wands to fire. I know that differs sometimes, for some people at least. And I do go a little bit into those as well in my guidebook. It's like a very reflective guidebook in a way. So yeah, pots are cups. Planets are coins or pentacles. Stars are swords. And then lasers are wands. And by the way, I didn't even show you my extra card yet, because this deck has an extra card, which I know for some people it's a little bit of like they don't like it that there's an extra card, but you know what? I wanted to have a special deck, so I made an extra card. Okay, let me just find it here. So when I was in art school, when I was creating this deck, I had a little thing for Buddhas, so I just wanted to know all about Buddhism, and I just love the symbol of Buddha. I got my Zen garden, like one of those mini Zen gardens, and that's the kind of the inspiration behind the purple Buddha for being the 22nd major arcana, or 23rd. Oh my god, this is so awful. But yeah, the extra major arcana, let's just say it that way.
Very cool. Probably be the 23rd, because the
Yeah.
22nd is either the Fool or the Fool is 0.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like that's why it messes up my head so many times, because I'm just like 22, 23, but yeah, it's basically a card that kind of represents spiritual awakenings and enlightenments and those type of stuff. So it's kind of like over the world in a way. It's like the end of the world, if you think about it as a completion. Then the purple Buddha is kind of like the ascension, in that way. And I also love
Very
my Three
cool.
of Pods. I want to show my Three of Pods because I think it's really cute. We have some of these octopi here because I think they're kind of like the human world aliens, because they're so smart, and then there's so many different kinds and they look so weird. So
I think there's
that's it.
actually been studies about octopus that they believe that they're from alien origins.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me kind of
Because
excited.
their DNA is like different.
Yeah.
So
And like all of the
very
deep sea
cool.
creatures, they just fascinate me so much. But yeah, I think we should move on to the next question.
All righty.
That was quite a ramble.
So, what would you say your significator card in the tarot is?
Significator. That's another pretty good question. I'm thinking because I usually wouldn't go only for the court cards, but like if I had to, I think it would be the Knight of Cups, and then Magician. I like my Magician. Like that would be
Oh,
one of my significators as well, or the High Priestess, which I showed you already. But
yeah.
we go with the court card route. Uh, I would go with the Knight of Cups, probably.
Okay.
That's the one I resonate with like out of most of these actually, or the Queen of Wands. Like those are the two of the ones that I actually resonate with as significators. But sometimes I get different ones. Sometimes the decks think something different. They're just like, no, that's not you. You're this.
It could be different at different times, you know.
Yeah, that's true also. So for the Knight of Cups in my deck, it would be this guy, all submerged. Totally me. Me being a little centaur in the bottom of the ocean. I
Yeah.
actually have a water trine in my chart, like a grand trine where there's three planets forming this perfect triangle together, and it's in the water signs. And it's both a blessing and a curse because like I wouldn't be so creative if I didn't have it. But then it's also like it's so intense that it's like crazy. And then this is the Queen of Wands in my deck. So
I love that the wands are lasers.
yeah.
I love that. It makes
Yeah.
me think of Star Trek.
Yeah. And then this would probably be my Leo rising. So my ascendant is Leo, and it's kind of loud. But I was when I was making this card, I was just thinking like this queen is just holding the laser so that it becomes this like sparking flame almost.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then the volcanoes are in each of the core cards. Like I thought that was something that would describe the core card energy of the fire suit. So that was
Yeah,
that.
very cool. So, what is your current favorite deck besides besides your own
Okay.
deck, of course?
Now I have a few. I oh my god, why do I have to pick a favorite?
You don't have to. You can name like your top 5 or so.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
really
I'm gonna
quick.
name my top five. The Sacred Creatures Oracle probably would be one of those. I really love the deck. It is so beautiful. And other
Yep, I
ones,
got
I
it.
would say the Fountain Tarot, the Children of Letha. So these are all indie decks so far. But then I might even say the original Rider Waite, and I'm surprised to say that. Like, I didn't expect that I would ever like that deck because it's so basic. But then I like when I got it and started using it, it was like, why is it so good? Like, why? So it kind of surprised me in that way so much. And then, like, the fifth one, okay, and I mean, I've been saying oracles here as well, so I might just have the last one be oracle as well. So there's this deck called the Galactic Heritage cards. So they're like all star seediness, all that good stuff, all star seeds,
Oh,
and there are lessons like what each of those uh, lifetimes and like civilizations have. So I'm actually doing, I'm posting a little pick a card reading tomorrow on my channel. So that's like, I don't usually do those type of videos, but I wanted to use this as an advantage to promote my deck. So I'm using both this and the Galactic Heritage. So I'm doing a couple of pick a card readings like that. And the other one is coming up tomorrow, and the other one I'm gonna post a little bit later once I edit it and stuff. So,
Okay.
so if anyone is interested in starseediness, then come to my channel and go and take a look at that pick a card. Maybe you'll find your past lives in that video. So
That's pretty cool.
that
And
was a
I'm
little,
going to
yeah,
post your channel
yeah,
down in the link for everyone. Or I
yeah,
mean, down in the chat for everyone.
yeah,
And this is one of the new ones that I just got. It was the first one that you named. I
yeah,
love this. I love it.
yeah. The
It's
Sacred
simple, but
Creatures.
the Sacred Creators
Yeah,
Oracle deck. Yeah.
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 It is so colorful. I think that's the main reason why I love it. But then also the guidebook is so juicy and like, oh my god. And I just love Krisan's energy. I think that's like one of the reasons why it's so popular, because she has such a beautiful energy.
Mhm.
Like energy speaks louder than anything.
Yes. So, what are the decks that you're currently working with? The ones that you just mentioned, or besides your own, is there any other ones that you're mainly working with right now?
I think those are my main ones.
Okay.
But recently I've been doing readings a little bit more sparingly. So I haven't really been doing readings all that much. But when I do, I tend to go to either the Rider-Waite-Smith or uh, occasionally, I mean, yeah, I'd say Rider-Waite-Smith, and then the Sacred Creatures are the ones that I use the most besides my own deck. And then I also actually, the Bad Bitches Tarot is on my desk, on my art room desk. It's right there because I kind of think about that deck as my business bad bitch deck. Like it's literally bad bitch tarot, so it's like duh. And yeah, that's why it's there. Like I can always take it out for some like good old business whatever. So it's
Yeah.
there to like motivate me and stuff and give me some insights into what type of energies and themes I may face in my business and in my artistic pursuits. So it's right there. But it's also interesting that like it's in my art room, which is supposed to be where I work, but now I've been working like all around the house. And for some weird reason I get most of my work done in the couch in the living room. And it's like, okay, maybe it's because it's different. Maybe it's because there is more space and it's not as cluttered as my room and the art room. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, that's a weird fun fact.
Wow. So Debbie asks, I've never heard of it. Have you girls done a walkthrough of it yet? I haven't done a walkthrough. It's brand new. I just got it for my birthday. But this, I'll just show you a few cards just to give you an idea of how these are. They're
Yeah,
colorful and I mean, just awesome messages.
and they're very simple. It's just like they get right into the point.
They work really well with the Light Seers Tarot, which is, of
Yeah.
course, my like soul deck. And if you guys have seen the backs of the Light Seers, these are just like that, except for different
Yeah.
colors.
I haven't really got my hands on the Muse and the Light Seers yet, mostly because of money reasons and also because I want to
Money.
move. I want to move out of this my parents' place back on my own. Like I miss living on my own so much, but I just gotta build back my financial footing in a way
Yeah.
so that I can move out again. That's just
It's
how life
difficult
goes
now.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, would you consider yourself a tarot collector? And if so, how many do you know how many decks that you have?
Yeah, I would, but I've been becoming a lot more selective. And I think as for now, I have like about 70 to 80 decks. I mean, I do have about 10 to 20 decks that I'm selling. So aside from those, I have about 70, maybe 73 decks. So yeah, I do have quite a few, and I have been having to sell them for to make some space, and also for again the money reasons, because
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the beautiful thing though. And I was talking with my husband about it. The thing is, you can collect some things. I mean, people collect all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is, if you ever need money, you can turn around and sell it. So if you keep your
Yeah.
tarot decks in good shape, keep your boxes or whatever, God
Yeah.
forbid the time ever comes where you need to make some money,
Yeah.
you can turn around and sell some. I was in a group on Facebook, and some of like the original, like the light seers for this
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
like $350 for one
Yeah.
of these.
It's crazy
Yeah.
because they're so wanted. And yeah, that's kind of why uh, like my deck is also going to be of more value. So even if somebody
Hmm.
pays the collector's price now, they might have to pay triple in a couple of years.
That's
So
right.
that's the
That's
thing.
absolutely
And
right.
also, yeah, it's like art. It's like art. Like all of the decks are like art, and people don't really realize it until they see this happening.
Hmm. Definitely an investment, though. As long as you keep your
Yeah,
stuff in good condition, they are investments should you ever
yeah,
need them. So it's like
yeah,
money in the bank because there's always going to be, even more so.
yeah,
People are turning to tarot more and more now. So
yeah.
more than they
That's
ever
true.
did. So there's definitely, you know, it's like money in the bank.
Yeah, and
Should
when
it
I
ever have to come
started,
to
like
that.
when I started, not just like when I started tarot, when I started to get like really back into it, when I started to collect, but like when I started to sell my deck, even then it wasn't as popular as like this last couple of years. So
Yeah.
I've seen quite
Growth.
like yeah, like it's quite hard to even like understand how it has been like so big.
Jessica says, "Oh, bad bitches tarot. I'm a bad bitch every day." You go, girl. So just for the people that have just recently come in, I want to put this into the chat. This Alvia's got a deck that you guys have seen. It's
Yeah,
on IndieGoGo, and it's pretty much the same kind of thing as Kickstarter, but because she's in Finland and there's issues with Finland and taxes, tax laws and stuff, she
yeah,
can use IndieGoGo instead of Kickstarter in order to promote and try to get her deck out there, guys. Okay, so
yeah.
please go and check it out. All right. So let's see, where were we at? Do you currently have a favorite book or artist
In regards to tarot.
in regards to whatever?
Okay, so whatever book or artist. I mean, I have many favorite books at least. I would say my um yes, I've been reading, and my to be read pile is huge, so I cannot go and show all of them. But I'd say my top two books recently would be The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra and The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. So those are, I'd say, my top two books of the decade, like literally hands down. And artists, if we talk about visual arts, uh, I'd say again, these are such hard questions because favorites, but like Edvard Munch, the Scream guy, and Salvador Dali, um, Gaudi, Picasso. Those are a few of my favorites. Mm, And thinking about like if we go into favorite deck creators, I'd say like I kind of mentioned Chris Ann and Patrick Valenza. I think they are my two favorite creators, deck creator artists. And Daniel Knoll, of course. Like I love the Star Childy stuff as well. So those are, yeah, I think those are my favorite artists as for now that I can think of.
Okay, wonderful. So, do you have a favorite season of the year?
Summer, and that's why I want to move to Thailand. Because Finland is cold. Like it's not a joke. It's so cold in here that yeah, I'd much rather live in somewhere warm. So
How
that's
warm
my
does it get there in Finland in the summertime?
I mean sometimes it gets quite warm actually. Sometimes it's up to 30 degrees. So that's pretty good, but I would rather have that all year round. So
Yeah.
like right now it's winter and I mean it's not the worst winter. It has been worse like before this year, but so now it's a little bit milder, but I'm still not a fan of the cold. So yeah, just so you know, just so you get my point,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Hi, Amber. Hi, honey. How you doing, honey? Did I miss anybody else coming in? No, I don't think so.
Jessica, you are so lucky to only have 2 decks. Because having so many decks is like they're taking over the house. I mean,
Yeah. It could be like a monkey on the back kind of thing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I mean, you want to use them, but it's like there's not enough time to use them all, right?
yeah,
So,
and like which one to use first?
yeah, exactly. What a problem to have, though. Am I right?
Yeah, such a first world problem.
Yeah. So let's see here. Do you feel a stronger connection with a certain element?
Water and fire, definitely.
Okay. And do you work with crystals? And if so, what is your favorite?
I do work with crystals, and my favorite. I've been working a lot with like a rough black garnet. For some reason, that has been like my almost go-to stone, especially for like protective uh, methods and stuff. And I also love black moonstone, like all moonstones really. And then there's this one crystal that I picked up recently. It's kind of like a pink light tourmaline, and it's a very beautiful energy. Like I remember the first time, the first few times I handle it, I just almost wanted to cry, and I don't know why that was. But sometimes I just get these weird reactions to like energies and everything. Then then I just want to cry. And I'm like, but I've been like working with the tourmaline piece. I mostly just sleep with it under my pillow. That's kind of how I work with it right now.
Very nice. Very, very nice. That would definitely be all of that water energy you got going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So, do you have any daily rituals that you do?
Not that much actually recently. Like I haven't really had a proper routine uh, now that I've been living at my parents for like I think yeah I moved 2018 in the summertime when I moved back to my parents. So and through this time I haven't really had any like proper routine other than just eating breakfast and watching YouTube videos, like, or sometimes I read a book in the morning. Like that's kind of what I change with. And then like in the night, I usually like right now I'm away from my routine because I'm not going to bed. But like I like to take a shower and then I just kind of wind down. I make my bed and then I go to bed. That's kind of like my two top routines that I really do.
And do you like coffee or tea? Which one do you prefer?
I'm trying to move more onto tea because I feel like coffee is really starting to affect my health, like because it's such a strong caffeinated drink and also because it's like causing me to have heartburn. And it was
Mm,
like it was getting so bad one day that it was like almost making me vomit. And then
yeah.
it was so like recently, it was just like a few days ago, really. So I'm kind of wanting to switch more to tea and like cut down on the caffeine a little bit more, just for my health and my mental peace.
Yeah. I had to
But
do the same.
yeah, but I love the taste of coffee, so I want to like have
Oh.
I want to have like the like one of those decaf drinks that is not really coffee, but it almost tastes like it. I just gotta go and
Hmm.
get it out of the shop. Like I don't have it in my closest shop, but if I go to the town, I can go and get it. And I'm just like waiting for the moment.
I'll steal like a drink of my husband's every once in a while. I'm like, just give me a drink, okay? And
Yeah,
he like has these big mugs. I mean, for me, it's just like if I drink coffee, I'm like this. And it didn't used to be that way, but it is now. And
yeah,
so tea is still got caffeine, well, some of it. So it's
yeah,
much less, depending
yeah,
on the tea that you're drinking. So,
yeah,
but I have to stop that at a certain time of day also, or I'm up
yeah,
till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and
yeah,
it's not good.
yeah. I've been getting that like recently too. Like this is just me being very astrological about everything, but like my sixth house is Capricorn, and that's like the health house. So I'm kind of feeling like that might be like one of the reasons why I'm becoming so sensitive to caffeine. And like even yesterday, I was having this weird pain on my arm, like this arm that I do my mouse with on my laptop. So it's like I was like wondering if I've been like overworking because I was editing my videos all day these last couple
Um,
of days. So I'm just like, okay, maybe my body is just like getting tired of working, but my brain is just like, no, I'm creative. No, let's keep on doing this. So it's like,
yeah, you gotta you gotta move that arm a little bit.
yeah,
It's almost like sleeping,
yeah,
sleeping in a position all night, and then you wake up going, "Oh my god!" You gotta
yeah,
put your arm down,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like so weird because I was like going to bed and then it like randomly started stinging into like my elbow right here and my hand was feeling all like weird. So I don't know what that was about, but like I kind of take it as a sign to like really chill with the with the working.
Yeah. Time to take a little break. Yep.
Yeah. I've been kind of trying to tell myself today that, no, I don't really want to work. Like, no. Like even though I kind of would want to, but then I just like feel like I'm just going too fast, so I just need to like really really slow down. Sometimes it's very hard. Sometimes I gotta get a little bit workaholic, but yeah. That's what
The
it's
mind
like
of
when you
a
work at
creator.
home.
So, do you have a special skill or hobby that you would like to discuss with us?
Hmm, that's a good question. I
Maybe
mean,
about astrology, because you do like astrology charts and stuff like that
yeah,
too, right?
yeah. I mean, I would say that is. And I would also say art. I mean, art is basically my profession because I did go to art school and did a degree on it. So that's like my profession, and astrology is my like passion. And I do also like charge for readings, so I do astrology readings as well, tarot readings, and skills. That again, that is so broad. But I did always actually have a very good ear for music. And I've been now taking a break from music. I haven't really been doing it properly, but I'm kind of thinking about getting back to it in one way or another. But yeah, I'd say like a good ear for music would be my special skill. That like it's something that not a lot of people know about, but definitely something.
Okay, very cool. And what is your favorite holiday or Sabbath?
Hmm. I basically celebrate the solstices, and I think the summer solstice would be my favorite out of all of them, or the spring equinox. Yeah, those are definitely my favorites.
That time of year.
Yeah, spring and
Okay.
summer.
All right. And would you say that your reading style has changed over time? I don't think we even discussed how long have you been reading tarot and oracle cards?
I got familiar with the tarot when I was about 19, I think. So that was about 6-ish years ago. So I'm like 26 this year. And then I got more deeper into it around 2015. So that was about 5-ish years ago.
And would you say
So
that
yeah.
your reading style has changed significantly since you
Oh
started reading?
yes, it has. And also the topics that I read for. Like I've been looking back at my old tarot journals and I'm like, why? Why would I ask about that? But then again, I'm kind of trying to learn back out of that judgment, because then again, if I did get a client asking those type of questions, then yeah. But then again, I'm kind of thinking that I just want the tarot to be more like useful, and I was definitely falling into some of those where you keep asking the same question and over again and not really
Mhm.
getting the message. Like I was getting a lot of that back in the days when I like really started to do it properly. But so yeah, it definitely has like my whole like outlook on the cards has changed a lot throughout this these five
Yeah.
years. It is so very different, and I'm much more like a channeler these days, I feel. It's a lot
Okay.
more intuitive, and it's a lot more open in a way. It's not that much stuck in the same meanings over and over again. And
Okay.
then of course the flexibility between the other modalities like astrology and all that. So it's kind of like they all get woven together. So it's like
Hmm.
this world of magical stardust. And also the deep
I'm
dark voids of chaos and stuff. All of that in the same place.
I have to stop just for a second. I'm trying really hard not to laugh my ass off because of the conversation that these guys are having. Chat. Seriously. What is it, Jessica? Cute Amber. My favorite. Oh, it just went forward.
What?
My favorite thing to say is what Dolly Parton quote. It costs a lot to look this cheap. Whatever.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you all having the same birthdays as me. Not the same ones actually, but almost. I'm on June 7th, so we're all June Geminis. That's such a rhyme though, June Gemini.
Oh, now you're trying to talk her into getting a tattoo. Glennis, do you have any tattoos, honey? That's probably a personal question. Sorry. I don't have any tattoos. June 25th. Debbie is June 25th. That's Kendra's spiritual journey.
So a June Cancer. But we all have like June birthdays. That is so much fun.
I just got tattoos. I got antlers, a moon, and an arrow a few weeks ago. Wow, that's really cool.
I
Not
really
that you
miss
can
getting
show.
tattooed.
All right. Yeah, we understand. All right. So do you remember your dreams?
Sometimes, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do, and they're really weird and vivid. So when I do remember them, I like do my best to write them down because then I can look back and see if there's any kind of symbolism or messages from my brain. And yeah, I definitely do love doing dream work, and the dream world is very close to my heart.
I was kind of wondering whether or not some of the creations that you put into your tarot deck came from like your dreams and stuff.
Yeah, I do think there was an influence because I did actually do like kind of like a cartoon type of thing in when I was doing like my A levels or like GCSEs. I don't even know like what is the best like universal name for that type of education, but it's like that's when I did like an art diploma on the dream worlds, and some of those dreams that I had vivid memories of were of aliens. Like aliens were attacking me, and I was like, "What?" And then I put it into cartoon also, and like, yeah, I just there are so many dreams that I still remember so vividly from like years ago, and it's quite weird.
I've had tons of alien dreams. So yeah.
I definitely want to hear about them one day. So if you
Yeah.
make a video about them or something, because I
The
want to
crazy
hear.
that is Rochelle.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is there a time period that you feel drawn to other than now?
80s, I think.
80s.
80s and 90s. Like I'm a 90s kid, but I'm still kind of like I'd like to see 80s. And then like dinosaur ages.
The dinosaur.
I always loved the dinosaurs. Like as a kid, I was like, oh, dinosaur, yes.
So Amber's saying that her husband, because I was telling her when she was at my house about a movie called The Fourth Kind. Have you ever seen that, Alvia? The Fourth Kind?
That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
That is a really good movie. It's about a lady who was
Okay.
a psychiatrist or psychologist.
Yeah.
And she was this is based on a true story too. She was working out of Nome, Alaska.
Okay.
And many of her clients were coming in with having very similar problems where they were seeing like this owl figure that was coming to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But she ended up doing like hip hip she hypnotized them,
Yeah.
and it came out that they were like aliens. Okay. And once the guy remembered, remember this is based on a true story, once the guy remembered, he went back home and he shot his whole family. Well, her husband,
What?
she had remembered him getting attacked and dying, but he actually shot himself. But it was like
Whoa.
alien communication. And I guess towards the end of it, they were talking about how Nome, Alaska is one of the places where the FBI has visited so many times because of reports like this
Yeah.
and missing people. They had
Yeah.
at one point a police officer outside of the house who was watching her because she was like under investigation. And his, you know how they have the cameras in the front of their vehicle or in the front of their um, cars or whatever, their police
Yeah.
cars. So this is like 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden you see a spaceship coming up over the top of the house. And that
What?
was the night that, yeah, the daughter was taken up. I mean, I highly suggest everyone check it out. It's called The Fourth Kind, and it is
Okay.
really good. There's even one of the recordings that they got, it was in an ancient Sumerian language and talking about
Whoa.
there is no God, we are your God and crap like that, And that makes me think of like the Anunnaki
Oh
and
yes.
ancient Sumeria.
I'm just getting chills when you say the Anunnaki. Like when I was actually when I was traveling to New York last summer, I was like getting really into the Anunnaki. And it's like this weird thing. When I travel, I get like even more spiritual. Like I just want to listen to all kinds of spiritual stuff when I'm traveling and all that. I don't know what's with that, but like I was just listening to these Anunnaki stories and I was just getting chills, and then I just like getting this weird download that like I'm somehow related to them or something, and it's like it's very spooky, but yeah, that's kind of my
The
experience with
Anunnaki? You think you're
yeah,
related to the Anunnaki?
yeah, that's what I heard.
Are you an O negative blood type or an
I'm
RH negative blood type?
I'm actually AB.
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 Okay.
So still a rare blood type, but yeah,
Yeah, my husband, I believe, is AB negative. Yeah,
yeah,
but we've got
yeah,
similar thoughts going on here. Everyone's probably like, these girls are
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and everyone's getting chills.
Yeah. Okay. Were you raised into the path that you're on right now, or did you veer off from that, your spiritual path?
I was a rebel. No, really. I was a Christian for a long time actually. I even went to a Christian type of tutoring thing. So there's this thing where kids are raised to Christianity. They go into this kind of like what is it called? Like it's like a camp, and then they kind of teach you into Christianity. So that's where I went to tutor in because I was curious. I want to know more about the belief, the whole thing. But then I came into the conclusion that I was trying to turn people Christian, so I didn't want to do it anymore. And then later on after that, I just couldn't really couldn't really stand the fact that there is so much discrimination from Christians to other type of people, like not just other religions, but like homophobia and
Mhm.
all that. So then I just like kind of turned away from it. Started seeking. I found my path that I'm on now, and yeah,
No
that's the
looking back,
story.
right?
Yeah, don't miss it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do still sometimes occasionally go to church when there's an event. I might go to church and like I don't mind it. It just is what it is. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean I have to like really believe in it.
Right.
And the churches
So,
over here aren't even that bad, like really.
yeah. Well, that's good. I know it probably depends on where you live
Yeah,
also for like
that also.
Christianity.
Yeah.
Like the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
So, do you feel supported by your family spiritually
Yeah, I
now?
do. They don't mind at all.
That's good. So, if you could have a deep conversation with anyone during any time period, who would it be and why?
A deep conversation. Oh my God, that's such a question again. I love these type of questions though. But yeah, I mean the first person that came to my mind would have been my uncle who passed. Like I think it was 2016 when he passed. He was also an artist, a modern artist. So uh, and like I'm not gonna lie, I have done some mediumship with him. So so that way, yes. But like if I could talk to him while he was alive, I would.
Very good.
Because it's very
And
different. It's like it's so very different. But yeah, I'm thinking if like yeah, I'm not sure. At least as for now, I'm not having any other people in my mind.
okay. If you could go to any event in history, what would it be and why?
I don't know. maybe maybe before the dinosaurs were on this planet. That would be really weird, but also really cool. Or
Do you think people or aliens were on this planet before that?
possibly. And
Yeah.
I would say like all throughout that time as well.
Me too.
So yeah, I definitely go back to
Excuse me.
those. I definitely go back to those dinosaur times before, after, see what's in the evolution game, what's really happening, do some investigation.
Hi, Trish. I didn't see you, sweetie. Did you just come in? So, you know what makes me think of the time machine?
Yeah,
The story of the time machine. Wouldn't you like to have your own damn time machine and be able to just go back in each little section and see what actually really happened for yourself? I know I would.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Not to live there, but just to go and see, you know?
yeah.
So the last question is, what do you wish to gain from your channel going forward?
That's a very good question again. There's many things I wish to gain. Of course, a community of a lots of curious people, people who want to learn and who want to engage in these topics. And there is a financial thing that I want to achieve from my channel as well. I want it to be my job, so so that I will actually get an income from it. And of course, artistic and creative and all kinds of professional recognition. So I'd say those are my kind of ideas, what I want to reach from my channel. But um, of course, just the pure creative satisfaction as well. And I think that's already there. Like I'm already feeling very satisfied creatively from my channel. So yeah, and I want it to also be like I'm not sure if I'd want it to be my main income, but like a very big chunk of it at least.
So, everyone, I put Alvia's link to her tarot deck that she's got on IndieGoGo for anyone that's come in afterwards. Please go and check that out. She's got her own tarot deck that she's trying to. How many days normally does it run through IndieGoGo? And I know you said you just put it on that, right?
Yeah, I started it
Oh,
on
like a
January
campaign?
2nd, and from that date it was like 45 days. So there's about, I think there's like 40 days left or 39. I'm not exactly sure how many days, but
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
So
So
there's
please
still,
go and check that
yeah,
out. So normally what I do at the end, and I didn't ask you this either, but I normally open it up if anybody has any questions for you. Is that okay?
yeah, that is okay.
All right. So does anyone have any questions for Alvia? And do you have a separate website for where you do the like astrological charts for people? Or is that
Um,
off your website or?
it's the same one that you have links in the description.
Okay.
So you can actually go onto the shop like front page, and you can then find all the categories there. So that's where you can find everything that I do. So my deck, I mean, right now it's hidden from the page. So because of the IndieGoGo, and I don't want people to buy from my shop now that I am running the campaign. But other than that, I have my artwork, I have my readings and some ebooks, and whatever may come. So they are there.
Okay. Okay. It takes a second sometimes in order because we're on a delay with
Yeah.
StreamYard. So when I ask whether or not anybody has any questions, it usually takes a little bit for us to see them.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing the astrology?
I'd say about 3 years, 3 to 4
Okay.
years.
So Debbie, Kendra's Spiritual Journey asks, do you have a profession?
I am an artist. That's my profession.
So besides like your deck, you do actual like art prints and paintings and stuff like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about her tarot deck that she's got out? Well, you said that you've had the tarot deck out for, is it 3 years now?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're in the process of creating a okay, here we go. Starlight asks, what sparked your interest in tarot and astrology?
That was now in tarot I get introduced by my aunt, and in astrology it was kind of through getting into witchcraft and all that. So then I started to learn all about the energies, and then it just took me with it basically. But yeah, I'd say tarot kind of started it all when I got introduced to it, and yeah.
So was tarot the very first thing that put you pretty much on the path that you are, or was it like
Yeah.
crystals or
Yeah, I would say tarot
it was
was the one.
tarot? Very
And then
cool.
like after that maybe Buddhism, because like mindfulness and those type of things have always just resonated with me very strongly. Which you can also see in the deck because of the Buddha figures and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd say in a way the deck also tells a story of kind of like my spiritual growth, even though that wasn't intentional, but it just came there. And I'm only now just realizing that, and it's so weird, but like, okay.
Yeah. Well, if we have no more questions for you, honey, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It's been wonderful.
Yes,
I
it
hope
has.
that your now is I will ask, is IndieGoGo very much like Kickstarter where you have to reach a certain goal in order for it to go through, or because
Yeah,
I'm extremely new to it, I had never heard of it before this.
yeah, it is very similar, but I have actually set a flexible goal. So I will keep whatever I raise, but then again, I am gonna need a certain amount of money to produce the volume that I can, that I want to produce, and that will be of benefit for everyone. So yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to be changing the link on the description below after this uploads because I can't do it currently. After it uploads, then I'll change the description, letting everyone know how they can easily go to that page, and I'll put it in here one more time.
Yeah.
I think that's what I have here.
Yeah.
So please go check that out. And please go check out Alvia's channel, Inspiring Alien Creations, if you haven't already. She does. What kind of videos do you do on your channel, honey?
I do lots of astrology and tarot. Those are like my main two topics. But then I also have some like energy and like spiritual stuff. Sometimes I do videos about the starseed topics as well. And now I'm kind of trying to, or like I'm at least planning to introduce kind of like the energy of money, the energy of financial stuff into my channel as well, because it's coming up so important to me right now. And I know also a lot of my audience is resonating with that, like that they really need to hear some of my thoughts on it. So those are kind of
All
some
right.
of the things that I cover on my channel, but tarot and astrology, I would say, are the main ones. And then occasionally my artwork as well, like especially like my spiritual artwork. So I do try to kind of tie all of these together under the spirituality umbrella and kind of working with
Okay.
energy type of thing.
All right. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you being here today
It was
and
lovely.
sending good vibes for your tarot deck. I hope it gets funded and it gets spread out all over the place.
Yes,
All
me
right.
too. Thank you so much for hosting and like having me here and everything. That was so lovely.
My pleasure.
Mm.
Thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. And
Thank you,
have a
everyone.
great afternoon. Bye bye.
Bye.